Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali. Oh, my goodness. I don't respect your pronouns because you don't respect my sanity. High school defends trans teacher who wore massive fake breasts to class. Now, I'm so done with all of this lunacy here, which would fuel anyone believing that you could thwart the rules of Allah and decide just based on your whims, based on some Aleister Crowley misdirection, that your will is the sum of the law. Hell no, it's not. And this is such an insult to natural. I don't even want to say natural women because there's no other women but the ones who are born to be women. But this hunt against us is ludicrous in terms of just the nature of a man, especially if he's lost his daggone mind, or of a woman, especially if she's lost her daggone mind. You'll never imitate or be that which you vainly try to force down everybody else's throats to accept you as. So this teacher went to his classroom with prosthetic breasts on, and obviously he's trying to get the just guttural response of his students, because obviously the nipple area is just so pronounced, it's ridiculous, and that's a prosthetic. There's no need to have any of that going on. But reading just a little bit of this story, because Zero Hedge is a shill site. A Canadian, and they say, no, this is not Babylon Bee or The Onion. A Canadian high school teacher has sparked controversy after pictures emerged of him wearing large breast prosthetics while teaching students. Whatever his name was, it's not Kyla. That's one thing where I'll have to just go along with, disagreeing. You are not a woman. Okay, so there's a lot of Kylas out there who would be insulted to have their name associated with you. A manufacturing technology teacher at Oakville Trafalgar High School in Ontario, who began being publicly supported in his delusions that he could go from male to female a year ago, has gone viral online after students took photos of the teacher seemingly without his knowledge. Okay? This is someone who's screaming to just be plastered all over the internet. Like, you don't know all your students have phones? It's just ridiculous. No, you just are in a situation probably where the students, a lot of people at this point in time, know this is ludicrous, and you want to just promote it's a visual rape. It's a visual rape, and that is one of the prime differences between being a actual woman, where you come with the physiology, the hormonal input that lets you know, I know automatically I'm weaker than men. It's going to give me an automatic lean towards wanting to be safe in their company, and that is going to make me practice different just public just I don't even the language, I'm trying to find the words for it, but it's going to make me behave in a way that's going to keep me safer. I don't care if for any woman who would even be a prostitute. She's aware of the fact that whatever she's doing, she could die as a result of it. She could be easily overpowered. That makes her even act differently. But when you're a man and your whole concept is that of submission for hedonistic just sensations, that you have no concept of your own ability to put into a Allah-centered check, your motivation is thoroughly different. And then you're not coming from a line all the way back to when the Most High created human life to begin with. You're not going back through a line of women as long as that creation is, where you're being guided to better behavior, where you're being guided to know you're more than just your body and your features and your ability to elicit some sort of response from a bunch of strangers on the street who mean you no daggone good. So you would never, ever, I don't care how many women out there have been talked into attention whoring desperation to get their body sliced up, and to do so is hazardous, because then later on, you got to go back and get the stuff resutured up. I don't know anyone except for, Martina, whatever the heck the stupid woman is, a German white woman who went out and got melanin injections so she could pretend she's a black woman. There's another lunatic. Her breasts aren't even this daggone big. And she has them so that she could inflate them and deflate them. That's a lunatic, right? There's no one out there doing anything of the sort like this who's sane and is a female, a genuine female, right? And so this is not woman. This doesn't deserve pronouns. It deserves a straitjacket, right? So just, looking, I guess there's enough look at the way he's standing. And he's in front of children, and the school is defending him to be in front of children like this. Let's see what they say, continuing. As Anna Slatz reports on Redux.info, the teacher is seen wearing an extremely prominent prosthetic bust, one which clearly outlines through his tight shirt. He is also donning a bright blonde wig and short shorts. Come on. What? Would you have just an out-and-out bordello? Would you teach your children in a bordello? But that's what this dude is bringing into the classroom. And this is what they do. They recruit because they cannot reproduce physically on their own, so that they can guarantee a wide selection of partners. And it's disturbing because you've got way too many white women teachers out here raping young men, right? It is every single headline you see about it. It's always them. So what you think them men gonna do, right? This is not tolerable. But does that mean we should go to the school board and try to, could you please, nice Mr. White school board member, stop this? No, the schools are defending this crap. This is not tolerable. Separation is a solution, right? I wrote books, and forgive me, it is my nature to not pat myself on the back or anything of the sort, because you just do what needs to be done. That's what grown-ups do. But I wrote rescues for our people because I happened to stumble across, for me it was stumbling, for Allah it was a plan. I stumbled across a vast, extremely well-hidden genocide, and I documented it so painstakingly. They took down every single one of my channels because it was a record of what I do and what I found and what will take us out. I had so many shares covering your melanin is not magical. So there should be not a moment of hesitation. I thank all of you who said you want me to do longer shares. But if I don't have your support, then you doing shares, doing one that's even 5 minutes could take me 2-3 hours. Doing longer ones takes longer. I need to know you value what I do. And I'm not just asking for donations. I've got stories. This Black series, phenomenal stories you are never going to get from Hella Weird. Okay? So I have products that you are going to just be so excited. You should, even if you are, as crazy as Kanye, who says he doesn't read books. You should be so sick of Hella Weird. You should be delighted to read these stories. Okay? You should, because you're going to open up the pages and you're going to be shouting for joy that there's people out here who love you and love you enough to, no matter my warning about man-made radiation, put the solutions in a whole nother book. Okay? It should not be a moment of hesitation. Here's all my channels right here. You don't have to wait for They Thug to put them back up. You could go get them off of Amazon. Read the reviews there so you know I'm not kidding you. And then you could go to my King's website, 25,000yearcycle.net. Make sure you say put in .net, not .com. Thank you, Brother Yappa Yappa, for pointing that out. Right? You could go get them from there at a wonderfully discounted rate so that one day you'll fund Homemaker Me so I can test our food, as this meme says, because the FDA is now allowing all radioactive Fukushima food into the U.S. with not a single alert. That is vastly genocidal. And this, I just superimposed myself on a photo where Japanese moms are testing their food, not for GMOs, not for HFCs, not for any other pollutant out there, because they know radiation is deadly on a one-atom basis. Leave the daggone fish alone. I love you. Leave that fish alone, okay? But if you don't support me, it ain't gonna happen. All right? I love you, family. Goodness gracious. Forgive me if I sound harsh. When you love somebody, sometimes you get a little bit upset when they don't do the right thing. Peace and blessings. Straight, black, family, pride, and we are here forever.